Hey man, had a few minutes before lunch here, so figured I'd just record a quick little overview, review kind of thing of the copy piece in here. So overall, pretty good so far. I just wanted to give you a few notes. I like the general premise. You may have, just disclaimer, you may have some issues with getting this thing approved just because it's what Facebook would call like overly emotional, right? So this whole facing death situation story, it's really good, but I don't know, Facebook tends to look down on that kind of stuff, so you may have to just keep that in mind. We'll edit it as though it could get approved, but yeah. So first off, I think what you could do here, so I like this, but something a parent or grandparent never wants to happen. I don't even think you need that line. Like, I think you could just jump right into the story. It's a really kind of basic concept, but the idea of starting in the middle is where you don't even need like an introduction. This makes it very clear to people what's going on. It's a nice setting. I do something wrong. I don't think you don't need the sound of death. You definitely won't get it approved if you have that in there for Facebook ads. It might be good for an email, but steady beep, beep, beep. I had stopped. I don't even, let's see. Just make it a little more fun here. Well, not fun, that's the wrong word, but I think that's how you spell visceral, is that right? Maybe? Oh, turn on. I'm gonna guess I spelled that wrong. Visceral. Yeah, knew it. Oh, let me go back in the suggestion. So the beep beep, steady beep 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 had stopped and was replaced with a visceral beep. I'm thinking something along the lines of like, it's another good term here. Yeah, was suddenly replaced with a visceral beat. I mean, they might also get mad at you for having just that long word there. I don't know if you need to get like this descriptive. You could go something like, my stomach dropped and I found myself in a daze. Rushed in, right? Something like that. Before I could even process what was happening. Just some more stylistic stuff. It's not so much that you're wrong. Like, it's fine. Right then and there, I knew what had happened. So since we're gonna keep playing off that, kind of like you're in a daze situation. As my wits returned, to me, I sprung into action. But truth is, so as my wits returned to me, let's do this, attempted to spring into action to fix whatever I could. To fix, this is a good little, yeah, I like this train of thought here. Well, let's see here. As my wrist returned to me, I attempted to spring into action with truth. But the reality of the situation quickly hit me. I knew what happened. So, this is your grandpa. So, biggest mentor, someone, friend, might just make it grandpa first, you know. I lost a piece of myself. He wasn't just family. He was so just getting built on that emotional part there. I lost a piece of myself. He wasn't just family. He was a guiding light. A mentor. I'm just gonna I'm like janking this whole document up. You don't even really need to do this since it's kind of in the moment. We'll just keep. I had lost my friend. Let's see. So we're in the first person here where, as I sat down, this is real time. I knew. So here's the problem, a little bit, just kind of a side note here. We're going kind of in and out of like past tense and present tense here. So as my wits returned to me, that's present tense. And then I knew what had happened, that's past tense. So let's try to keep it present tense because it's a little more like emotional that way. I knew what happened. It'd really just be what was happening. I was losing. So again, first since past tense. Since you started that first line in like present tense, we'll just try to keep that. I was losing a piece of myself. He wasn't just family. He was a guiding light, a mentor. I had lost my friend that day. Sad truth about this, if he would have listened to the doctor, he never would have been in this mess. So this is kind of a tough transition because you know what, we need to put some time between this. So this is like you're going right into kind of the argument here, and you want to that you don't want to like accuse him of something right as he's dying. So time has passed. I still miss him, but his lessons have always stuck with me. So now we're kind of coming to the, the future tense kind of thing. I can't help but think let's see here. So we want to acknowledge, like, he was older, right? But sad truth about this, yes, he was older in age, but he had so much more life to live. you see. I don't think you even need to say anything about the doctors here necessarily, or like this is like a lot of blaming. Don't necessarily want to like point a finger at the doctor or grandpa necessarily right here, because it's, you know, it's kind of muting the point a little bit. You see, my grandpa was overweight. Let's instead of really, let's just go with technically he was obese. I guess that's what you would call really overweight, right? No matter how many times the doctor told him he needed to start exercising and eating right, he never listened. Ew. So down here you say he was 60, yeah. Okay. He was only 60 years old. So I think like down here we have to kind of, we like don't necessarily want to like blame him for the enemy here isn't your grandpa in this story or the doctors necessarily, right? I think you've got, I'm not going to write it for you, but definitely in this section here, what I would suggest you do, I'm going to highlight this. Turn this so that, like, don't make it sound like you're blaming him or the doctors. That'll, like, lose people, like, in the ad. Make it more like an addiction, you know, a fight against an addiction. You know, he knew he needed to stop eating, but he couldn't. It was an addiction, you know, something like that. I'm just going to put that in here as a note. Note. The enemy here isn't the doctors or grandpa's refusing to change, right? Like, it's not like he just loved, he couldn't stop eating because he loved it. It was an addiction, right? Yeah. So keep that in mind. Like, make sure you identify the right enemy, quote unquote, or else you'll kind of seem like a a jerk. So rewrite that as like more like, yeah, he knew what he was doing was bad for him, but he couldn't control it. He couldn't control himself. He wanted to listen to the doctors. He wanted to change, but he couldn't. Right? Like that's really what happened here. So down here, you kind of transition into the call to action, which is fine. Let's see how you do here. You know, something like this, like making it more so about like him inspiring you, the situation inspiring you. You know, looking back, I know that he wanted to change, and I've come to peace with what's happened. However, from that day on, I promised myself I would focus on helping others avoid finding themselves in this situation that led to losing. Yeah, something like that, right? You could probably like clean that up a lot, but yeah, make it a little simpler. I would do like a little more build up to the 30-day challenge. Like I dedicated my life to fitness. Like I've been helping people, blah, blah. Like what have you done before you get to the 30-day challenge, right? And I would make this about others, right? To help others get healthy again, right? I don't even think you need to put it affordable here yet, because they don't know you're selling anything. So I knew there needed to be simple yet effective way to help others get healthy. Even if everything they've tried in the past has failed, right? Right, and then add mission statement line here, like what is just build on that a little bit. Like what is the? I think at this point, because I wanted to get to help those that may be feeling sick. I don't think we need to necessarily do that. You could say something like, if this resonates with you, if you know that your health is your wealth, then I want to invite you to learn how the 30-day challenge works. First call to action, click learn more, right? Maybe you aren't sure the best direction. That's kind of a nice objection. Maybe you don't know. That's nice. Yeah, I like this, but like let's go along the lines with don't put your health off any longer. Stop what you're doing and make this a priority. It's kind of a nice call to action, right? I want you to hit learn more button below the picture, and I want to help you take yeah, that's good. Cool. Overall, man, good. I know there's a lot of green there, but it's just kind of a revision. So I'll post a screenshot of this with this video. But yeah, man, good job. Keep it up.